There's a question in community today from Claire. Question is, if I have a table with 1 million rows and if I want to randomly select 10% of 1 million rows, which is 100k rows, how do I do that in Encarta? Let's see how you can do this in Encarta. So I think this can be done using a random function in Encarta. What you can do here is, let's see random function first in Encarta. So this is a formula with random function and I have 100 records in this table. So this random function for each transaction here, so there are 100 rows here. Let me sort it by transaction ID. Okay, let me remove this filter first because I was trying to do this. Let me remove this. Okay, so 100 transactions here. Random function is generating value 0 point multiple decimal places. So anywhere from 0.00 to 0.9. So we can take advantage of this and filter data in this table based on using this random function. One way to do this is I can add a filter here, and this filter is something like this. I can multiply a random with 100. So if it is 0.1, it will be 10, and do less than 11 here. Okay, let's see what happens. So this is returning 9 rows. And if I take the same thing here just to see what values are being generated and add a new formula here and remove this. Let's see. So this is anywhere from 1 to 99. Okay. So that's why in this filter, if I do less than 11, so it is selecting only 10% of the rows. And again, it is not 100% accurate and so on. Now I tested this with huge amount of data as well. This is only 100 rows. So I use the same concept with 50 million rows. Let me show you something. So this is getting data from this schema. There's a retail schema here. And one of the tables here, store sales, has around 50 million rows. And I want to get 5 million rows randomly. And way to do that is, I'm using exactly same concept what I just showed you. All I'm doing is drag 2 columns from that table. And again, you can see this. This is store sales in retail schema. And this is the formula I've added here. Now, there's something interesting here you will notice. So if this is less, in spite of 100, I use 1000 here, multiplied by 1000, and then doing smaller than 101, not 11. And when I save this, you will notice that I'm getting 5 million and around 22,000 transactions from 50 million rows. And these are again random transactions picked up from that table. Now to improve the accuracy, I notice if I change the filter and multiply this by 10,000 and change this to 1001. Let's save this. This will be a little bit more accurate, not exactly 5 million rows, but it will give me somewhere around little more or less than 10%. This is 4.999 million rows, way better than what I had earlier. And let's see if we can make it more accurate. If I go back here and in spite of multiplying by 10,000, let me multiply it by 100,000 and make it 10,001, and let's save it. And let's see what the accuracy is now. It may not be exactly 10% of 50 million, which is 5 million, but it is very close. I hope you can use this to get some like 10% of random transactions from 50 million rows table.